Welcome. I'm David.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Desmond Road. So Wednesday one. Could be a long one, so grab a cup of tea, biscuit, cake, whatever. Get yourself comfortable. We're going to explain, or I'm going to explain, what's gone on with Desmond in the last few weeks, and where we are and where we're going and what's happening. At least as much as I know. If anybody of you follows on Facebook, Instagram, or indeed the other one, Threads. Oh, that was good. No, okay. You'll have seen me have a picture of this, and I'll explain what this is all about. But first, let's go through the problems as quickly as I can. First problem was our 12 volt power distribution. These units, as I've said previously and elsewhere, are known for being absolute crap. They have, we've gone through a number of them over the years, and unfortunately each van we've had, we haven't learnt the lesson. We've got a van with that. However, this time I'd had enough. The design problem with it, and if you've got one and it hasn't gone wrong, it's just a matter of time, is that they use a couple of components which are heat sensitive. One of them is and has to be because of what it does. The other one just needs better cooling, that's the thing. Anyway, and they set these components above the combi boiler. I've said, anyway, I fixed that. We now have all our electrics working, and I did it with a 4-way fuse box. Yeah, a 4-way fuse box. Okay, basically the only problem we had, which was detailed, was a problem with the EMC circuitry. I don't know why they call it EMC, but those of you with the motorhome will know what it is. It's the circuit that allows power to a couple of lights in the habitation area for passengers when you're moving. They were taking power directly from the main battery, which led to problems. We'll see about that in a minute. Our toilet door fell off, for want of a better word. Door fell off again. The temporary repair this time was to remove it. Well, not yet. We pushed it back, put it into place with its travel clip and all the rest of it out the way. Then for privacy, we used a combination of electrical ring connectors, wire and a throw to form a curtain, which worked successfully. Our supposedly full-time repair was a swish curtain rail and, believe it or not, a throw for the floor, thin rug thing. You'll know what I didn't know what it was, but right. And that working as a curtain, and it's sitting there, I can see it over there, working a treat. And that's a final solution which may get transferred. The next thing, although these are concurrent going onwards in things, the step, this is a good make. They use them all over caravans, but I think it's the way it's mounted on this van. Anyway, it broke. Eventually, I mean, we should have sorted it previously, but I didn't for various other reasons. But eventually the alloy bit that was holding it up, one screw, not little more than a wood screw in alloy, and it broke the alloy, and so step broken. We took that off. We carry a plastic step, and that was in use. Grace isn't keen on the plastic step. Don't know whether it's the colour or what. Them ducks are back. So what have we got next? In conjunction with the step, the garage, the side garage on this motorhome cannot be opened until I do something about the hanging bracket that the step was on. There's nothing in there we currently require, but if we do, we can get access. It's the battery. The battery's old. In fact, very old, as it turns out. Those of you who've been with us for a long time will remember we had problems at a place called Ox Hill with recovery. The recovery people weren't coming because we hadn't paid, apparently. We had, but they said we hadn't. Anyway, that's when the battery was replaced 8-9 years ago. So we cannot complain about the battery. What we can complain about is the circuit diagram supplied with this Swift didn't explain the full story on the 12 volt distribution and electrical. We were running what was a light, is now a USB charging port, and a light from the main battery, not our lithiums. Now, that wouldn't be a problem because those two lights are little spotlights and we don't use them. But of course, we do use the battery recharger, the USB recharger. So we were draining the main battery. Draining a old battery, not a good idea. Collapse. Right. However, we got started. The local garage who came out to our plea for help was great. He got us started and we ordered a battery and went and got a battery, and the auto parts place in Stornoway on the islands was absolutely brilliant. Bent over backwards to help. That's where I bought the bits for the 12 volt power distribution fix, and yeah, that was all sorted. So we put a new battery in. It needed a run to get it charged, but it's been in storage. It was 12.6 volts. It's sitting at 12.8, 12.9 now on there. We want to go to the US, but if you've been watching the news, apparently CalMac ferries can't organise a piss up in the brewery, but they're doing well with the resources that they get, and they keep trying to blame the Scottish government. Well, no. Yes, it's a government-run company, but it's supposed to be a UK government-run supported company managed by CalMac. However, by the by, new vessels coming to the islands, built abroad, aren't up to snuff. And the Western Isles, hello duck, they're still there. I don't know if you can hear them, but I've got one looking at me now. Oh, there you go, it's gone. Yeah, the Western Isles is a harsh environment. A boat built in the tropics probably isn't built for it. Anyway, we're looking to book to go to the US, and we can't book until we get filled with LPG because we want to extend our time in the US before coming home. There's a duck looking at me. I think he wants to be on the video. I'm not going to try, but we'll see. No, I'm not going to. This is all set up, and if I move it, oh. But Lindsay could take a picture of it, and I could slide it in below. Okay, we're talking about LPG. We're getting all sorts of fix and this and that from the garage. We have got a thing, we haven't got a thing, the thing's broken, we've got 800 litres, but we can't pump it out, blah, blah, blah. We were getting nowhere. Eventually, we got somebody saying, we can't tell you when it's coming because we don't know. It is now. They have got it now, but it's too late now. We're here. But saying that, it's probably just as well we left because we were out of gas and using our emergency backup, because we would have had problems, I think, with what's coming if this has happened on the islands. What happened on the islands, you say? Nothing. It's when we got back. We got the ferry from Stornoway. Grace was great on the ferry, absolutely fantastic. She just sat there, took it all in, made a couple of friends, smooch treats, and so on and so forth. We got back, travelling to our chosen location. The brakes weren't good. Now, we'd had the rear brakes changed completely pre-MOT. And the handbrake, which works off the rear, was giving me trouble already. The back brakes weren't so good, but we still had some noise but stopping power at the front. We got to Old Dorney and things weren't good, so we decided to recover. The guy in the recovery garage came through. He said, it's going to take me a while to get out there, it might be tomorrow. We said, well, that's okay, we've got brakes, we can try and make the journey. Well, we didn't have as much brakes as we thought we had, as the short answer there. But that garage in Ullapool couldn't have done more to help us. They showed us the back brakes were poor but serviceable, and they would be fixed because they didn't need fixing, they needed sorting. How can I put this? It wasn't a very good job done. The front brakes were shot because they'd been doing the work the back brakes should have been doing, as well as the brakes they should have been doing. They got replaced. Then it came to the brake pipes needing replacing. And then they found they couldn't find anywhere to put the hangers to hang the brake pipes and things because the rust was so bad. That includes the rust work, the welding we had done just recently for the MOT. So we're not happy with that. So that's about everything went wrong. I mean, Desmond now stops, he goes, but he won't be here much longer because he's rusting away. We're looking to replace, more than likely with a conversion. We're looking at an H2, H3, L4 panel van, maybe it's a Luton, low loader or high, we haven't decided. We're looking at a couple of vans on the internet, but nothing in place to look at just yet. But that's the way we're going to go. We're going to do our own conversion, and to that end there will be videos. Probably, possibly. Just our progress as we go. And we're going to intersperse them amongst the channel videos. Now the channel videos at the moment go out Monday and Friday with a video on Wednesday, a Wednesday waffle when necessary. There'll be no more Wednesday waffles. They're going to move to a Thursday. So I'll have to come up with a Thursday something. And the other videos that we've still got up will be moving to Thursday as well. So there will be a Monday video and a Thursday video. The Thursday video will either be a waffle or a continuation of what's going on, video wise on the channel. Got plenty stacked up. I've already loaded up till the end of June, and I've got 2 more to finish from the Western Isle strip for South Locks and Old Dorney, although Old Dorney is back on the mainland, of course. So that's the situation. You know probably more than I do, because we'll keep you in touch. We're kind of on a hiatus. We can still go out in Desmond. We've looked at it and what have you. We could probably even do longer trips, but we're going to continue short local trips just to get us out for a day or two. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Desmond's Ropes, not Desmond's Waffles or Desmond's Donders. I'm David. Take care, stay safe, please subscribe, and we'll see you soon with our build. So, the piece of string, this little item here, what is it? It's a piece of string. It has a knot in that end, a knot in that end, and because it's social media and there's bound to be somebody, there's a knot in both ends, and it goes all the way to a loop at the other end. Okay, what's the piece of string about? It's to do with the replacement van. We're doing a conversion. You need to visualise space. We needed help with that, or I needed help with that, and I didn't have an appropriate instrument to do so. Didn't have a tape measure, but it was driving me daft because I don't know the length of a piece of string. But in this case I do. I was lying in bed the other night, I couldn't sleep, I was stressed out with X, Y, Z, the list we've been through. And it was obviously going to be a no sleep night. So what happened? I had an idea. I didn't have a tape measure, I didn't have the knowledge of the length of a piece of string, but I could find out. We have the length of Desmond's bed. It's in the manual. And for all that manual's a load of rubbish, they kind of got that wrong, can they? So, I now know that length. I get my piece of string and I cut it to the right length. That allows me now a known distance, 1.9 metres it is, by the way, to I can use that, double it over, two lengths of it, tells me that Desmond's internal load space is approximately the same as an L3, L4 van. In that, depending on the van, depending on the thing, because they're all different. But now I know what I've got, I can visualise that space, I can visualise a van and reject it from online before we even have to go and see it. We don't need to see it. That's the whole point. And it got me a night's sleep. So, I've just had a thought. I know the length of a piece of string. That's quite profound, that. Problem is, with it like that, is it shorter than when it's like that? Just a thought. I am waffling. Anyway, for those that saw it on Facebook, that's what the piece of string picture was all about. There were some funny answers on there. Nobody got it. On that note, I mean goodbye this time.
And remember, while in the countryside, indeed anywhere, take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and click that notification bell to receive notifications of all our videos.